Welcome guys, this is the real A10 aka RGB Fox, and for this small segment I'm going to of course have this section sped up and just show the pulls that I was able to get from the K9 Vanquish Soul openings. At the moment, you're going to find out that my pulls were not that great, but it's okay. I saved up plenty of gems and I was able to go ahead and pull some, cards that I needed right off the bat. So that's at the very least the good news that I have to share. But the bad news is that 10,000 gems was not enough. So if you are starting from scratch, I feel for you, and hopefully you can watch this and at least layer and bask in my unfortunate luck, but it's okay. For right now, I have a lot of, pulls, a lot of ultras that I got that ended up being really favorable for my deck building. Now, as the pack openings are being shown on the screen, the actual deck that I'm, putting together will be shown. Of course, it's going to be K9 VS, but I do want to take this time whilst this is showing on the screen to talk about my channel. Slowly but surely, we are on an upward spiral, upward trend, I should say. I just got a few more subscribers. I am also posting some shorts. I'm starting to post shorts again on TikTok, and hopefully I can continue that because I do want to see this channel grow to hopefully 1,000 subscribers later down the line. I'll of course be covering Burst Protocol to the best of my ability, and I am also, playing modern Yu-Gi-Oh, of course, not just Master Duel. So for those that only see this for the, Master Duel content, I do also have in-person real TCG events and games that I, of course, commentate over. So please feel free to watch that if you haven't already. Videos will be coming soon, as well as discussions, and sooner or later there's going to be another podcast, so hopefully you guys are interested in that. But yeah, thank you guys for those that are subscribed, and hopefully we can get many more. To speak about today really quick whilst I finish showing what I have up on the screen. Today I did play Radiant Typhoon Fiendsmith, and the reason why I played it is because I thought that I needed it for Dracotel, but honestly after reviewing a lot of Burst Protocol content, you don't really need to play Fiendsmith or Yummy at all for the deck to be successful. Playing it pure is really fire, so I can't wait for that deck to come out in Master Duel, because honestly it's going to be a lot of fun. I did win today, a very small local, and I also got very lucky in the finals, but hey, luck is, something that you have to be able to utilize to your advantage whenever it comes to you to win some games, right? So can't be mad about that. And yeah, just like that there on the screen, you guys see that I ended up finishing building the deck. I did have to change one thing though, because for some reason there was a field spell card that was not supposed to be there, but I ended up removing it after this this match that I had. So I will of course get more in depth with the deck that I built and showcase a game here and commentate over that right now. I hope you enjoyed that montage of me pulling cards for Vanquish K9. It didn't go as planned, but it's okay. I spent some money and it was overall not worth it, but I had the UR points necessary to go ahead and build the deck. So I'm very happy with the results that I was able to establish so far with, well, I say results, I'm very happy with the time that I invested to get this deck to where I wanted it. So how am I playing this deck in Master Duel? Well, it's pretty similar to the TCG build that I had, except, oh, what the hell? Why is this card here? Let's just remove that and add another copy of Talents, I guess. That's the only substitute I can see right now. Maybe Chaotic Elements, but I'll worry about that later. So we do have things that are semi-limited right off the bat, and that is going to be Raisin, Jiaolong, Jokul, and Stake Your Soul. But honestly, these are just very minor hits. that keep the deck fairly consistent still. Because you are always going to have multiple avenues to access the Jokels and follow up, right? And the same thing with the Raisins. It's like even if you normal summon a Raisin on your turn 1, you can always access the second one through Holly Sue later down the line. And Holly Sue is at 3, which means on turn 0 you potentially have access to Raisin, right? So do note that these semi-limits do not matter for this deck. Additionally, we have some really good hand traps in the form of Ash Blossom, Maxi, Fuwalos, Izuna, and Lupus act as hand traps, as well as Holly Sue. And that allows you to establish turn 0 plays, and some of the best plays that you get access to is access to Ripper, access to Valon, access to Jax, and in very tight situations, access to Typhon, right? Because Lupus allows you to XC summon on your opponent's turn if they activated a monster effect in hand or in the graveyard. So honestly, Lupus is almost a god tier card in that aspect. There's really strong utility with the deck. With the extra deck, and a lot of good grind that you can establish as well. And cards like Dimension Shifter make your already favorable matchup into Dracotel even better, and makes your unfavorable matchup against Yummy playable. But you definitely don't need this card. In fact, I think Konami should have hit it, but hey, what can you do? Noroi is here as a one of because Noroi by itself is a 1-card starter. Kind of semi, you know, you get access to Saryuja and potentially draw into a Raisin, maybe Stake Your Soul with a Fire, etc. One thing that I wish is that they didn't semi-limit these cards yet, only because you want your access to Fires as best as possible, but cards like Rhoda do help the fact that you need access to Raisin as much as you can. And then of course, if it plays going second, Maxi and Fuwalos are going to be really good cards to have going second overall. For the extra deck, you do play the number C104 package with the Nash Knight and the CXC is Nash Knight. Double Ripper, just because I like the grind that Double Ripper gives you, although you can always cut out Ripper or maybe even Valon and play a card like Tiras, which makes the Yummy matchup insanely free, because then you have a monster that cannot be targeted nor destroyed by card effects. And that can be also relevant in the mirror match for like any K9 variants that you play. So this is a big consideration, but it's definitely not super necessary. And then of course you have access to Werewolf, which is a hand rip, but you usually summon it off of, you only summon it off of the Force Release, which offers you not only this as an interruption, but a pop on the field. Typhon Zeus is going to be standard in any K9 variant, in my opinion, unless it's Crystron, in which case you definitely don't play Zeus. You probably at least play Typhon, but you don't need it. Double Rocket the Vanquisher, even though this is a Vanquish Soul deck, you definitely do play it as a K9 variant as well, which means you do want to fit enough space for really good rank 5s, as you're going to access them as much as possible. And then SP is the generic Link monster that we have here, because you need a generic Link, and this is one of the best generic Links. Now, I have decided to play this deck on Master Duel right away, the moment that I built it, and I go against Yummy, which traditionally is not your favorable matchup. Yummy just has a lot of effects that blow you out the water most of the time. You have access to the Cookie Synchro, which is a double Book of Moon, and that really sucks when you're trying to get into rank 5s. Additionally, the regular Cookie Pop and the Akroki Pop can make any further plays just not worthwhile. And then you also have to deal with Yummy Surprise Bounce, right? And so that is like their type of interruptions really hurt what Vanquish Soul is trying to do, which is establish a field and maintain control. And if you cannot establish a field, you cannot maintain control whatsoever. And my hand honestly was a little awkward. I mean, double Ash, Mad Love, Lupus, start. The fact that Mad Love is in my hand with the start only speaks numbers, but you will have hands just like these, and it's normal. You just kind of gotta work with what you've got sometimes. And if we speed up through, I believe my opponent may have been playing, you know, pure, but there's also a good chance that my opponent was playing maybe a Mitsu build, maybe a Dark Magician build, because we see the Gaze of Timaeus that is discarded, so I am very confused over what's happening. But yeah, definitely the opponent is not playing this to the best of their ability, as even though they didn't get access to Cup C Search, they have a lot going for them. They go for Lollipo. Lollipo goes ahead, summons out 2. And from here, I go for the Lupus to go into Typhon, because I want to be able to start into it if possible. And not only that, but I want to make the Typhon before they go into the Herald, so that my Lupus actually resolves. So I go ahead and make the Typhon in defense mode, because at this point I don't think they can get rid of it. It's non-targetable, of course. They go for the Elf. Elf summons back the Cupsy, and then they make Samsara Cat and then pass. And in theory, this could be really good, right? Because Samsara Cat can, after the Lollipo bounces, they can get access to like draws, a pop, they can get access to a quick synchro, and with the level 1 on the field, they can access Samsara Cat's ability to be able to go into a Herald. But if there's one thing that we should make note of, is the fact that I have an Xyz monster on the field that was made last turn that could go into Zeus this turn. So what do? Well, I draw Jiaolong for turn, which is nice. And then I go switch this to attack mode, attack over a monster, and then I go into a Zeus. So one thing that I do love about the canines is the fact that you're able to play turn 0, and instead of having to have a bunch of hand traps to deal with a deck like Yummy, you can go into a Zeus and just play to the best of your ability into a board that they make. And while the board that my opponent made is not the most impressive, the fact that I'm able to still play into it and not have to deal with any of his interruptions that he can summon from the graveyard does wonders for me. So I go into the Zeus, wipe his field, he changed Lollipo, but that doesn't matter as they all go bye-bye, and then I go for Mad Love. From here, he does Ash the Mad Love, but buddy, I drew the 1-of. I drew 2 1-ofs, and now I go Holly Sue. I get Rocket the Vanquisher to add the Dark so that I can summon from the deck. And I mean, it is just GG's from here. Reveal a Fire in the Dark, get Raisin, and yeah, I mean, this is game, right? So, that's just you know what I love about Canine Vanquisher. It's just the turn 0 playabilities. And it also works because you get to play, again, with your opponent doing stuff anyways. Like, just because I have access to Izuna Lupus does not mean that I outright win. But in this circumstance, because they put up a subpar board, you know, victory goes to me. In my opinion, this deck got hit way too early in the TCG, and I'm really happy that I have a second chance at piloting it from now on. So of course I'll be documenting this as much as possible, and I'll see if I put up some streams here and there, and you know, grinding this back to Masters and hopefully to Master 1. So if you'd like to see that, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell me what or how you are playing K9. Are you playing it with Vanquish Soul? Are you playing it with Crystron? Are you playing it with Cyber Dragon? There's a lot of options, so put them in the description, and maybe I'll go ahead and make some videos documenting playability with other variants of you know, K9 decks. So of course, thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned for any modern videos that are coming out on the channel, as I will be of course going over my tournament reports, as well as tournaments that I am playing in person / record in person at Epic Card New Games, and I will also be putting out more Master Duel videos. See ya.